Erik, welcome to Tech Confessions.
Hello, Amy.
So we're here to find out about your software-defined moment. So as a technologist, when you really started thinking about software instead of hardware?
I don't recall. I've been doing VMware stuff since so long that honestly, I don't know where it transitioned. I mean, started on ESX1, so it's been using it for over 20 years with Workstation beforehand, so.
Well, with that kind of long view, what are some of the changes you've seen for your customers just out in the world of technology? What has surprised you?
Well, the oldest one was actually vMotion, as simple as it is. And it was amazing because even 3 weeks ago, I had to explain what vMotion was to someone that had never heard of it. He's not in the industry, and he said, oh yeah, so.
That's what I love about technology though, right? Because it's if you haven't heard about it and you need it at that time, it's what you need at that time.
Yeah.
So if we're looking into the crystal ball, what do you think, what do you see out there? What are people excited about? What are people talking about? Again, from that customer view, where do you think we're going?
Well, at the moment the hot topic, and I've got a few customers asking for it, is PKS. So a lot on the new containers. So that's where a lot of the demand I see right now in my market. So I have a
do you think it's because like workloads have changed or we're speeding up, or what do you think has sort of driven this? I know as technologists sometimes we do it because we can. What do you think some of our drivers have been?
Well, I live in Switzerland, so it's not like we do everything with containers like in California. So, no, I mean, the big internet companies are there and they've been using this technology for a long time. For Europe, it's taken a while to come over. I mean, we know about it, but the concrete stuff is only happening now, I think, at least in my territory. And I'm privileged because I'm lucky my customers usually have more money than in other places. So
right, to access
adoption of these technologies that are probably a bit more expensive does happen now.
Yeah, so what do you think is driving some of this? What is it, how are we changing? How is the use of technology changing?
Well, I think companies have started using more developers also in Europe. I'm talking about Europe because I don't know the US market. But they've started doing development and now they're shifting to going to production with all these workloads. So at this point they have to work on making it production ready.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. So I'm just touching on a point you had been talking about, like, and because we're in Barcelona now, what are some of the differences that you've observed? Because I'm sure you get to come out to California on occasion too. I live on the East Coast of the US. What do you see as some of the differences in how people engage with technology in the States versus in Europe? I mean, it's a very broad generalization, but I'm sort of curious from your perspective.
I think it's difficult because one thing I've noticed is Europeans are a lot more cautious about going to the cloud.
Oh, interesting.
We've got
is it security concern or just unfamiliarity?
Well,
or cost or?
I think it's some of the weaknesses we've seen in the cloud and the way data is accessed across the world.
Gotcha.
And every country, may it be in Switzerland, Germany, or France, they're all trying to keep their data local.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
So not everyone is jumping into the cloud. A lot of people are talking about it, but it's still. Let's wait until some of the cloud solutions come into our own country.
That makes sense. We often joke when Americans come over here that our idea of something that's old is so different from the European idea of something that's old. So I can see that working in reverse of like maybe a conservative approach until proven.
Yes, yes.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay.
And until next time, when you're ready to make your tech confession, visit us at techconfessionstheshow.com.